Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praises to Yahweh Shemi Oshai, Bahashim Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Milestone. Peace and salutations unto the 144,000. We better carry out another lesson through the Spirit, on the way to work here. This one just basically going into the, Salakia. We're going into the, what you call it, the spirit of, talking about the 2/3 with the proverb in Israel, more or less. Right? So let's read it and get on into it. So this is Ezekiel 12:22. It says, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth. Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. Right? So this is JK talking about well, actually, I'll put it this way, right? This year, the Lord telling Ezekiel that, Jake's talking about the vision prolonged and it failing and this, that, and the other, because as we would always translate it in our Trinidad dialect, that, say, no longer hearing that, so long I hearing that. My grandmother used to talk about that, and my grandfather and my great-grandfather, and all these different things. You understand? So they have no faith, right? But the Lord say, hey, He gonna make that stop, right? Put it at end. And in fact, we had to tell them, which we be doing, right? Not been doing, but what we be doing. We been saying that, for the longest while the days are at hand, right? So when you really think about it, it's like money. Is when you really think about it, it's like when Jake in their mind thinking that, everything hunky-dory and willy-nilly, right? The point that we at right now, right? For how long this should been going out, right? Since in the 90s, right? The apostles and elders been out there. Well, our apostles been preaching out there. You understand? And it spread this far across the world, right? Now we know every single person haven't heard it yet, right? But the thing about it is, a lot of people hear about it, and the majority, right? They don't believe, right? But the thing about it is, even if you don't fully believe or whatever it is, at least some of the things he's saying, and showing through the scriptures, you would understand or, something. But again, the other thing about it behind Jake is their pride as well. They always want to feel like they know something. You understand? So when you feel like you know something, you ain't really know nothing. Right? So like go down in 24, I would say, for there shall be no more any vain vision, no flattering divination within the house of Israel, right? So the Lord said, you're going to put all of that tie in, right? You're going to stop all that. So you think no more of that. So all who feel like it's a game, all right, it's going to come to pass here now, right? So it says in verse 25, for I am the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Oshai, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, said the Lord power, Yahweh Shemi Oshai. Alright, so the Lord say, hey, for the rebellious house of Israel, all who doubted me, say, I go cast our judgment here now. You understand? And best believe, all you all gonna get destroyed. You understand? Who choosing to side with the devil and feeling like if that's the better side. Because a lot of you, lost faith along the way. Especially for the ones who once know this truth. Like not to bring back up old stuff. But a perfect example was with Sakari when they're talking about a matter of fact, I think it was Sakari and IUIC. We was talking about I know Sakari mentioned, we might have 1,000 years here still and all this kind of nonsense. And then IUIC trying to prolong the days by talking a bunch of nonsense. Right? But nevertheless, there is the spirit that these men in. And it's not to say these are not men that they know the truth. Right? They knew the truth, and little by little they altered it. You understand? From the first attempt they made, or from the first action they took in changing the truth, it became alive. You understand? Because take for instance Bishop Nathaniel, right? This man, we know he was in the truth, right? We have a video with him breaking down the name of the Lord Yapa. You understand? But guess what? He sold out for the money. Alright, Salakia. I had to cut the video short there. But I want to catch back my trail of thoughts, so Lord willing, I want to start back from verse 23. Right? And I'll probably read it in the NLT this time. Right? So it says, tell the people, this is what the sovereign Lord says, I will put an end to this proverb, and you will soon stop. Yeah, and you will soon stop quoting it. Now give them this new proverb to replace the old one. The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled. And I like how the energy say this one. You understand? So the Lord say, we're going to give them a new proverb. They will start talking different here now. Because why? It's say what? There's the time for give them a new proverb for them to say it's time for the new prophecies. Well, it's time for the prophecies to be fulfilled. I shouldn't say new prophecies. Right? It's time for the prophecies to be fulfilled. You understand? And guess what? That's the time we're in now. Don't mind have a lot of scoffers and whatnot. Right? But that had to happen too. According to the scriptures, right? But we are the ones, right, that bringing out this, right? The Lord delivered the message unto us, starting with our apostles and elders, And then there's even Jakes who may not be in the truth, but they know they have that sense in the spirit where, just as the scripture says, now is the time for the prophecy to be fulfilled. A lot of Jakes seeing the days getting shortened, who's seeing the MOTB for what it is, right? Who's seeing Esau Edom for who they are, right? So it's a lot of different things that they are seeing, right? However, they may not come to the fullness of the truth. Some of them might still be wicked. Some of them might be friends of the prophets. You never know. You understand? Not everyone of the wanted, or not everyone in the army could be a soldier, right? So this is the thing here, right? The prophecy is being fulfilled today, and that is just how the Lord prophesied. We prophesying about the prophecies to be fulfilled is our prophecy being fulfilled. You understand? So let's go down in verse 24. It says, there will be no more false visions and flattering prediction in Israel. Right? So the Lord going to cut out that. Verse 25 say, for I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. If I say it, it will happen. There will be no more delays. You rebels of Israel, I will fulfill my threat of destruction in your own lifetime. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken. That's so yapa, eh? Yeah, let's have it so yapa. So it said that, and they put it in an exclamation mark too. So imagine saying that powerful, so imagine the Lord saying that. You understand? Remember the scriptures talk about the Lord having a voice like a multitude. So imagine the Lord saying that, I am the Lord. Shake up the place. You understand? That is aura. You understand? So, yeah. And the Lord see fed up on you rebels. All around the world. Just rebelling and doing a bunch of shit and expect nothing to happen. Something going to happen. You'll see. But I had probably like 2 precepts to go with this, and Boy, oh boy, it really slipped my mind. It really slipped my mind, but through the spirit, if you Lord I'm to do another video on this, I will. But for right now, I feel like that will have to be it. Right? But hey, through the spirit, hope the lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Till next time I say Shalom.